what to expect going forward in the season. Really loved the enthusiasm and excitement that she showed for this team, and just for this all-around new squad. And it's been a couple years since we've had the honor of having women's soccer out here on Husky grass, but going forward, we are looking forward to hopefully more games here at Husky Stadium, and I'm excited to be here for this matchup tonight here under the beautiful weather here in St. Cloud.
And it's going to be you and I for a lot of these.
Yes, I'm excited to take the ball and run with it with Husky soccer. This is going to be a fun month.
So, yeah, we're going to have to step aside here real quick, Josh.
All right.
We'll be right back. You are listening to Husky Soccer on 97.5 Radio X.
Coming this Friday at 12:30, The Undertaker and John Cena.
Wait, what did you say, Drew?
This headlining event is at KVSC Studios.
No, Drew, that's when Sidelines is on. Did you really try to schedule a main event during Sidelines right here on KVSC?
Sideline?
Yeah, where we talk about things like
Ryan Suter's patience as a D-man are what makes him in the top 5 of the NHL.
Or
got all of the talent in the world in weapons.
So then why aren't they in the playoffs?
And
once Carson Wentz got hurt, I just assumed it was a home field advantage all the way through to the Super Bowl for the
I did it as well.
Yep. Because I don't see them winning.
You can catch all of this live every Friday at 12:30 only on pay-per-view.
Drew, cut it with the wrestling promo. Sidelines isn't on pay-per-view. It's right here on 88.1 FM KVSC every Friday at 12:30.
Hey Thomas, I want to listen to the Huskies volleyball match today, but I don't know where to go. Can you help me out?
Of course, Brooks. You can find the Huskies all season long on the KVSC Sports stream. Just go to kvsc.org/sports and click at the link at the top of the screen.
Awesome! I can't wait to hear my favorite team get the win.
Set over by Uwabari, set Torvey, left pin swing! Oh my goodness, Lindsay Rachel! Shooting on to 6, finds the floor, and St. Cloud State leads 19-13. Now quick set, Torvey, Dyer, get out of the way! Micah Dyer thumping it home. Micah picks up her 5th kill on 8 swings. Quick to Volso. Shooting on a 6 from the middle. A good set by Maddie Torvey, and Mara Mulso finds another kill. It's 12-10. Cruzelbrink, a nice dig in the back row by Olstead.
I'm Taylor Olstead. I'm a DS for St. Cloud State Volleyball, and you're listening to the KVSC Sports Stream.
Welcome into Husky Stadium for this matchup of St. Cloud State Huskies versus University of Mary Martyrs. Gonna get you started. Marauders.
Marauders, not the Martyrs.
It's the AU in that one, nonetheless.
They are a Catholic school.
That they are. They are. We're going to jump into the action here. It's a great day here in St. Cloud. Definitely excited to get underway with this one. Ricky, what are your final thoughts before we get this game started, as we are just moments away from the pitch here at Husky Stadium?
Well, if you're St. Cloud State, you're looking for that first goal of the season. That's your number one goal, and I believe Greta Arvidsson would probably agree. Number one goal, get that first goal. Number 2 goal, hold you Mary to not many. Try keeping them outside the box. There is history between these two teams. St. Cloud State leads the overall meetings between these two by a score of 8-6. 8 wins for Huskies, 6 wins for the Marauders, and Huskies have not lost to this team since 2017. They have not lost to this team on this field since October 17th, 2014, and they're definitely going to want to keep that up.
That is absolutely incredible. I'm looking forward to the showing by the goalkeeper, Evie Cohn. Excited to see what she has to offer here tonight. A lot of high praise from the head coach when we sat down with Greta Arvidsson earlier today. So I'm excited to see what St. Cloud has to offer going forward. As you said, stretching to get that first goal themselves. We'll see how it goes the opposite direction on their defense today, as we are just moments away from getting this one started here in St. Cloud.
St. Cloud State in their home whites no trim red numbers. University of Mary Marauders in their road blues. They got some orange trim there, it looks like, right on the sleeves and at the base of their shorts. I like that.
Little Boise State touch to the jerseys.
Yeah,
Kind of like it.
Hey, I like that.
Do we know which one the referees are, though?
Yellow.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to miss those. Hard to miss those ones. Ricky Clavercamp, the experienced ref himself. Got to have the soccer expert in here just for that reason.
3 years of high school and 5 years in total of refereeing. It helps you out when it comes up here.
Underway here at Husky Stadium. Ball trickled out of the touchline over on the far right side of the field. Going left to right on your radio dial here at Husky Stadium. Slowly waiting for the throw-in by University of Mary.
No, it's going to be it looks like a free kick. It's
free kick.
I think it was offsides there. Near side official saying UMary offsides on the play.
St. Cloud taking it upfield here. Got tripped up on the far side near the touchline on the left side of the field here. See what St. Cloud can do. Maybe get the ball rolling towards maybe an offensive opportunity for these girls. Kick in deep. Goalkeeper for University of Mary has it.
That is Madison Waltman out there today for the University of Mary. Madison Waltman has started all of their games so far. Her goals against average under 1. She has a .93 goals against average and a save percentage at .824, which is really, really good.
University of Mary taking the ball here on the farthest left side of the field, kicking out to the touchline, farthest touchline on the left side. St. Cloud regaining possession here, about mid-pitch. Kicking the ball in on
beautiful.
the wing. Looks to be
a good job there by the University of Mary to get that ball out across the goal line for a goal kick there. That looked to be Mary Meeks, the Boise, Idaho native for UMary, getting back there and stopping Claire Shea from getting an opportunity to put one in to the back of the net.
Corner kick here from St. Cloud State. Little traffic up front. Ball seems to be coming back towards mid-pitch, but St. Cloud regains possession over on the far closest touchline, I should say, to us up here in the broadcast booth here at Husky Stadium. Beautiful sunshine weather here in the Granite City. Perfect day for some outdoor soccer. Can't ask for much better weather. Even a little bit of wind, which never hurts when you are playing the beautiful game of soccer outside.
Yeah, this is beautiful weather out there.
Yeah, this is picture perfect. Almost as picture perfect as it gets. Talked to Coach Arvidsson, had a couple recruits coming in through today as University of Mary takes it across mid-pitch. St. Cloud regaining possession on the far touchline. And, Coach Arvidsson has a couple recruits in today and couldn't ask for much better weather than showing off the beautiful campus of St. Cloud State among the new recruits that potentially will be playing on the squad here in just about a year or two.
Good job so far by the back line.
St. Cloud and University of Mary, like Ricky mentioned, it's been back and forth so far in this one. Both teams not giving a lot of opportunities early on here in this matchup.
Oh, here you go. You got an opportunity.
Big spot there for St. Cloud, but to no avail.
Jenna Dominguez chasing in on that ball. Madison Waltman coming out. It could have been a breakaway there, but Jenna Dominguez unable to get there first. Waltman with a great kick to send it out on the far side touchline.
Yeah, Waltman getting a lot of looks early on here for University of Mary. See what they can produce going the other way here as they regain possession. Going back to Waltman here in the goalkeeper's area here, and we'll see if
it'll be a goal kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
This went out over the goal area or goal line. So. Ooh. You almost had Claire Shea breaking on in there, Josh.
Yeah, I thought we had this. I thought the senior had a chance there. Looked like she might have had a little bit of breathing room up front there, but
and then that's
the defense of University of Mary coming into play here. They're keeping it pretty tight knit throughout thus far.
Referee calling Jadzuski over there. Number 3, Kayla Alcott on U Mary got absolutely just trucked for prevented from being anything but a goal kick there. It's a little rough, but unable to do anything about it.
And the shrubbery and the grass getting some early action out here at Husky Stadium.
Yeah,
a lot
indeed.
of out of bounds.
A lot of balls played out on that far side. That's kind of where you're going to see a lot of the play is along those benches there. The play seems to naturally follow over there.
We've seen some stadiums, like St. John's has barriers around their field and keeps everything.
As I take a look at the stats early in this one, you're about into that 12th minute of play. Not many stats to really speak of at the moment.
Yeah, not a lot going on here, aside from the couple looks that Madison Waltman's had up front for the Marauders. But it looks like we got some traffic up front, potentially a chance for the Huskies, but to no avail as Marauders making their way back to mid-pitch, but Huskies regain control here, far side. Right alongside the flank here over the far touchline. St. Cloud using the quick feet, trying to make some moves, trying to make their way closer to what was going to be an opportunity for the Huskies. Looks like Marauders had something else in mind as they kick it out, and play continues on here as we get the ball out of bounds over in the corner, far left corner of your radio dial, left to right.
Good throw by Bargeston, just immediately taken away by the Marauders, though, unable to do anything with it.
Looks like we're going the other way here as the Marauders will, I believe, get a throw in here on the far touchline here on beautifully kept stadium that is Husky Stadium.
Yeah, Sophia Langen, that's not what you want to do. She threw that right to a Husky.
Yeah, that was wide, in a wide open space there, and Huskies definitely
right to Valdez.
Ate that up as much as they could, and we may have a chance along the close side here, and looks like might be either out of balance or
no, that was a foul. That was a very
could not tell if we had a
I believe that's Del Morale. Or no, wait, no, that's Claire Shea. Claire Shea just absolutely took down one of the players of the Marauders. I believe she took down number 11, Noelle Virgineri, and you can't do that, especially when you have the ball. You can't make those mental mistakes.
Huskies knocking it out on the far side here, about mid-pitch. Marauders with the throw in here as they made that one work with making their passes and see if they can come up with something as they're taking their time. They're savoring it backfield, not rushing into any kind of opportunity up front. They want to make sure that they get their setup going, their passes going, and
yeah, a lot
of turnovers early on in this one.
A lot of this play is just happening in the middle of the pitch so far, right around that St. Cloud State C. There you go. Ooh.
Alondra
that was Valdez.
Carly Valdez with the quick feet moving around there.
And then a good job there by Christy Jadzuski to come on back there. Jadzuski, one of the players that Greta Arvidsson told us to watch for. One of the freshmen, the true freshman coming in.
One of the two true freshmen that are
playing on that back line right now.
Playing the season for the Huskies, and big opportunity to shine. Conference play throughout. Every game is just as important as the next. I tried to pry any favorites out of Coach earlier today and said, we're just focused on University of Mary and kind of focused on the task at hand, which exactly the answer I was looking for, and I definitely agree with the mentality there. You always want to keep your present task at hand, especially with a team as talented as this. Huskies losing 2 and ending 1 in a tie, but
yeah, and that one that ends in a tie doesn't even count towards anything as a friendly match.
This team's got a lot of talent top to bottom, and it's fun to see. Fun to see even the true freshmen grow each season. So we'll see how the 2 freshmen that are starting.
Oh, here
today,
you go. One more.
Huskies have an opportunity up front here.
Del Morale
kicking that one up to the scoreboard of Husky Stadium here. And
actually, that was just a good block there.
It was a good block.
It looked like
thought maybe for a second she might have airmailed that one, but
yeah, no, that
like
was
she did catch a foot or something up front there.
Viganeri again coming on back there, sliding through Morale to get to the ball. And here you go, in-swinging ball for
Huskies trying to bounce one in off of traffic, and
we
have an odd rush here coming for the Marauders going downfield, and the Huskies regain possession about mid-pitch, far side, and
that was Zerna, the other freshman that she wanted us to watch for on that back line. They're getting the starts this season. They've shown themselves in practice, and yeah, Rhea Zerna really just stepping up big there. Rihanna Zerna.
Dominguez trying to get the passes going, the offense going for this Huskies team, and Marauders keep just deflecting it back, and trying to keep the pressure on these Huskies to produce anything offensively. St. Cloud still regaining possession, however. Taking their time. Kicking it over to Sasinski. Little traffic up front there. St. Cloud still regaining possession, but Marauders definitely giving them a hard time up front, not making it easy, and Huskies seem almost outmanned when it comes to their offensive play so far, but you could also say the Marauders are just that good defensively as well.
Yeah,
adding all kinds of. We haven't seen a lot of chances for the Marauders on their end, so you have to think that this is just mostly an offensive versus defensive battle with Huskies having some chances, but haven't seen a lot of action on the right side of the pitch here today.
Yeah, not much action in the Husky zone as we're going to get a substitution here. Coming on in for the UMary Marauders is Jessica Lemon. Going off is Mary Meeks.
Jessica Lemon, the sophomore, jumping into action here.
Yeah, Jessica Lemon so far this season, not so much on the stat card as of yet. Still looking around, trying to get her first goal. She's made 3 shots, 2 on goal so far this season, but nothing finding the back of the net quite yet. UMary Marauders, they've scored 4 goals this season. They started off their season against Montana State University, fighting to a draw 1-1. And then they went to a neutral site in Montana to play Black Hills State. And they won 3-0 there. And then on 9/11, they played Montana State University, and they lost 2-0. The next game, they're going to go off and play against UMD, actually, on the 17th. Up in Duluth.
Huskies chasing down a ball downfield here as Marauders regroup. And
yeah, Guzman playing that ball back to Madison Waltman, and the goaltender just saying, no, that's not going to fly. As that ball gets yeeted into the stands and then yeeted back onto the field.
We have continued play here as Dominguez thought maybe we would have a chance for the Huskies, but it does not seem the case as we're going the other way here.
Come on, Dominguez, you can't fight that one. And the referee's not letting anything go today.
Yeah, they are right there on the call.
Yeah, he is making sure he's pretty strict so far, and he has stopped everything from going out of control. Jenna Dominguez did not like that one, and you can't really argue with the referees that much.
Here's Dominguez again, trying to produce something downfield for the Huskies, and as we've seen most of the first 20 minutes and change of this one, and Marauders plenty of pushback as Huskies only a few chances so far, but like you mentioned, the Marauders haven't really had a chance too much yet. I mean, we've had a couple goal kicks by St. Cloud, but honestly, it's been mostly just Huskies ball, and then it goes right back and forth pretty much around, like you said, the mid-pitch area for most of the 20 minutes and change of this one. Marauders taking it here. Hannah Richter with the ball here for the Marauders, taking it down along the touchline here.
Good job there by Zerna again.
Emma Snyder coming up to Zerna, and Zerna said no thanks, and we're going to kick this one out as another throw in by University of Mary.
And that one bounces over the 5'5" frame of Richter right to Sosinski, standing right behind her, only 2 inches taller, but it helped her there.
Loving the physical play of this, and we talked a little bit about this with Coach Arvidsson earlier today, and definitely got to love the fight that this team's going to start showing. Now that, not that they weren't showing any fight in the first 2 games, but this is the real deal going forward. We talked about it before, conference play, really making every game count going forward, and it's great to have the Huskies kind of just showing up for putting more fight into their game, had a bye week, had a chance to regroup and refresh themselves and get ready for this one, and definitely no shortage of energy for this Husky squad so far, and it's been quite a battle so far in the first 25 minutes of the game so far.
And Freeze trying to take a shot on goal there, blocked once again by Samantha Guzman. Oh, and here you go. You got an opportunity down near the 18.
Yeah, Freeze getting
in this
tripped,
little alleyway.
Freeze getting tripped up there, and
Hannah Richter standing in the wall. They're going to stop the clock here. Or no, they're going to say go off the whistle as he sets up where the wall needs to be. And it's only going to be Hannah Richter. Richter only. Nicole Freeze going to take this one, the Appleton, Wisconsin native. Ooh. Right in on goal there. Madison Waltman gobbling that one up.
Getting a lot of looks so far in this one is Waltman, the junior out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Graduating from Roosevelt High School. 5'8" goalkeeper. Getting a lot of action so far early on in this one here at Husky Stadium. Beautiful day here in St. Cloud. As Huskies trying to make something happen there up front, and there is Waltman up with the save. Great passing, starting with Dominguez there, and
Dominguez, Freeze, Carranza, and then dropping it back to Claire Shea.
Making the passes happen, that was the key, and that's how you want to be up front like that, and just make sure you are connecting. And
yeah, great.
Myself, I've never been a goalkeeper, never played a true game of soccer, but even that's got to be hard to follow sometimes when you're trying to make something happen as a goalkeeper. And
here comes you, Mary, though.
Yeah, you Mary getting some looks finally on their end in the Husky zone, and Huskies will kick it out there.
Barr just with the clear on out of the zone. Good job there, making sure nothing can happen from that. And it looks like we're going to have another you Mary substitution here. Going off now is number 8, Emma Snyder, coming on in. In the meanwhile, number 15, Yasmina Dokara. Hey, there's the PA announcer for you.
Thrown by Vesner, and Marauders trying to make something happen up front and knock it out of bounds. Huskies will throw it in.
Kendra Park, you want to watch out for her. She scored against Black Hills way back on September 9th. Just unable to get her head truly to it. Just caught her shoulder, and it found its way wide of the net by a couple feet.
Abby Cohn here with the goal kick, and Marauders maintaining possession, and we'll see what they can do as we're finally getting some time in the Husky zone. And just like that, the Huskies regain possession, but see if we can get it to mid-pitch for them, and it doesn't look like they are quite there as Marauders have it right back, and we are sticking with the back-and-forth action thus far. Huskies trying to clear it out of the zone, and
this is what they've been working on, their transition game from defense to offense, offense to defense, and they're finally able to transition out of defense to get to offense.
Arvidsson said when we talked to her earlier that be on the lookout for these transitions. They've been spending a lot of time, especially during their bye week, practicing, and a lot of teams fighting through COVID and making sure that they could practice and stay conditioned. And I asked Coach about that earlier today, and she said, these girls are committed. These girls are dedicated to their craft and training constantly, working on their skills, working on being better and better every single month. And you can definitely see the hard work paying off for this Husky squad as we have a chance up front. And
just went
Madison
over.
Madison Waltman up there, right there for the save, and going to have another.
Just went over the foot of Dominguez there.
A goal kick here, and Marauders trying to make it happen.
Yeah, a through ball there. Just goes over the foot of Dominguez and right to Waltman instead.
St. Cloud with possession here as they try and move the ball around in the University of Mary zone. Here comes the Marauders mid-pitch, making their passes work as they're there for the pass, but just too many Huskies in the way to make something happen for them.
And that's going to be just flied on into Evie Cohn instead.
Tremendous foot by Evie Cohn, getting that all the way to mid-pitch, and Huskies trying to play some defense here. A lot of headbutting actions going on so far in this one.
A lot of heady play, if I do say so myself.
Makes my head hurt nonetheless, but here we are. We are calling this beautiful game here at Husky Stadium as St. Cloud takes it in. Possible chance here for the Huskies. Can't quite see who's chasing it down in the corner there.
That was Claire Shea chasing it down in the corner, trying to send a cross into the middle of the pitch. Unable to find anyone. It just finds Waltman instead. And right away, we're going to see a pass all the way up to Richter at center field.
Richter kicking it in from the closest side here as Evie Cohn contests it up front. But nothing will happen with that one as the ball rolls out behind the Husky goal. The University of Mary goal in the Husky zone. Cohn with the throw in yet again. The goal kick to get this one back underway as we have about 15 and change left in this first half. Still a lot of back and forth action with a few chances for each side now. Mostly been Huskies possession with quite a bit of defense on University of Mary's side, but the field has tilted a little bit with University of Mary getting a couple chances here later in the first half. Huskies taking it in. Looks like we'll have
a free kick,
free kick by the Marauders. Far touchline with the ball is the Marauders, and take it down here.
That was probably their best shot so far was Kayla Alcott going back to the last scoring chance for the Marauders.
Ava Vesner trying to kick one in there to get the momentum going for the Marauders, and looks like Hannah Richter will chase this one down as well to no avail. Huskies right back on it here as we approach mid-pitch with the ball. Huskies dumping it in deep as Waltman's there to get the ball rolling, so to speak, for the Marauders. Hopefully get a chance here downfield. Kicks it to mid-pitch. Nobody there as the Huskies kick it right back and just can't quite seem to get a lot going for this team. Passes are somewhat sloppier, but they're definitely making them count on certain occasions as we are chasing it downfield. Here is Richter. Ball rolls out as Huskies regain possession.
Yeah, unable to do anything. There was Richter.
Sasinski there with the throw-in, and looks like we had a chance there by Kendra Park as the defense of the Huskies putting a stop to it.
Ooh.
Physical play there by Richter's little shove on the end there.
Yeah, Freeze getting just knocked over. That was a real clear call. Surprised there's no cautioning here from the center referee. Hannah Richter threw her arm out into Freeze and shoved her over.
Nice little stiff arm there from the senior forward for the Marauders. A little frustration setting in for University of Mary maybe. So we are nearing the end of the first half. Has had a lot of chances for the Huskies, but I think frustration might be setting in for the Marauders as Richter's right back at it with a possible chance, chasing it down, and a little too much mustard on that one as it rolls out of the back of the zone. Cone with the goal kick here.
You're going to see some changes here. Bargesta going off for the Huskies. Coming on in, on the other hand, is Jocelyn Martinez, another freshman. She's going to take up that right back position for the Huskies. They're using 4 on the back line so far. Mary, on the other hand, seems to be using more like 3 with a floater.
I was going to say, it looked like a little bit of a floater about midway up the field here.
Ooh.
Kick there by the Marauders just to the right of the goal. This will have another goal kick here by the red shirt freshman.
Is she red shirted? She is wearing a red shirt, but
that's true. That's true.
I was like, is she red shirted? But yeah, she's
gotta go by the book. Red shirt freshman. Evie Cohen. If I'm wrong, my apologies to Coach.
I'm guessing you're right. I'm guessing you're right. Red shirt freshman, and she's also wearing the red jersey right now. So
yeah,
you're right on one of the accounts at least.
I'm just glad that the numbers are at least readable from where I'm at.
Oh, here you go.
Chance here for the Huskies, far side, near the corner here, and looks like ball slowly rolls out as we'll have a throw in by the Huskies. Turn it over to the Marauders as they bring it upfield. Richter already at mid-pitch, ready for maybe a feed down low. Getting physical at the knees with both teams defending the ball here.
Sasinski with some overlapping play there, unable to find anything from it. You're going to see the back line of the Huskies probably start playing that overlap a bit, move on up the sides, move on up the wings, try finding a cross into the middle of the box as we enter into the 36th minute of play.
Madison Waltman getting a lot of looks in net today for the Marauders, excuse me. Definitely probably had more looks, I'd say, than Evie Cohen by far. Like we mentioned before, a lot of Husky touches in the first portion of this first half, but it's kind of been swayed. It's kind of been tilted throughout the second portion of this first half. Got about just under 10 minutes left in this first half of this game here at Husky Stadium. Beautiful weather here on this mid-September day.
Shots so far favoring the Huskies 4-3, 2 on goal for St. Cloud as well.
Definitely doesn't feel like it when we're looking at the bigger spectrum here, but yeah, Huskies and Marauders pretty much dead even when it comes to offense. And starting to become more even when it comes to defense as well. We've seen a lot of strong play from University of Mary thus far, and got to hand it to the back line as well. We had a trip up there, and Huskies chase it down here.
Jocelyn Martinez, who came on in on the last substitution, tripped up by, looked to be number 12, Kendra Park.
Alcott kicking in here as we're going to potentially have a free kick here from the near the far touchline on the right side of your radio dial. Huskies dumping it in here along the far side. See if they can produce something offensively as the ball looks to be rolling alongside the out of bounds line. Definitely a close call there. Thought maybe it stayed in, but.
Yeah, Talamontes unable to keep it on in for the Huskies. And we got another substitution going off here.
Thought maybe
There's
Huskies,
Kendra Park, and coming on in is Elizabeth Gilbertson.
Thought maybe the Huskies had a chance to produce something there, but we'll see what they can do going forward as we have just under 8 minutes left in this first half. And University of Mary taking it upfield here, closest side, about mid-pitch. University of Mary getting their passes in. Playing the short game up the field here for the Marauders, and Huskies right there to take it back. Back line of the Marauders coming into play today. Talked a lot about the Huskies back line and how effective they were going to be this season.
So that one goes out near side as we enter into the 39th minute, or close to the 38th minute of play. Close to 5 minutes left on the clock.
Marauders taking their time here back in their own zone, trying to come up with a game plan to produce some more offensive chances. We've seen a little bit of a teeter-totter, but definitely seen somewhat more chances, it feels like at least, by the Huskies so far. Marauders just can't seem to be getting the ball upfield as well as they'd hope, but players like Richter and among others making some chances happen throughout this first half. We saw Richter get a little bit aggressive a little bit earlier, but it's kind of the frustration that's coming with this.
Uh-oh. Oh, you got to take that
half.
shot. You got to take that shot if you're the Marauders there. Coming on in was Brianna Ramey.
Had a lot of blue and not a lot of white up front there as well. So I definitely feel like that was a good chance for University of Mary to put one on the board and at least get one in or get one close to the.
Find your first shot on goal of the game. Brianna Ramey with an opportunity there. She took one touch instead of actually just going for that first touch shot.
And Elizabeth Gilbertson knocking it out for University of Mary.
And yeah, the back line of St. Cloud just kicking that one out. Aerial hockey coming on in. And also number 15, Chloe Narowski, taking off Freeze and Claire Shea to end the half. Or I think Claire Shea and Jenna Dominguez, my bad.
Aerial hockey, one of the two true freshmen that Coach raved about earlier today and said she was super excited to see what these girls had to offer going into this new season, especially into conference play when it feels like a whole different compete level with these squads going forward now as getting into the thick of it here in Husky soccer season.
Carranza could have probably been called there for a dangerous play. She got her cleat up and knocked the ball out of the air, and she was playing the ball on the ground. You can't do that in college soccer. You can't do that in high school soccer. And
Sosinski here on the far line, touching it over.
Surprised she wasn't called.
Huskies trying to chase it down there, but Madison Waltman there for the kick as we nearing the end of this first half, just about 41 minutes in.
Yeah, we are entering into that 42nd minute of play.
Gotta wonder what the game plan
team
might be for University of Mary going into the second half. Definitely just have a stranglehold on their offense, the Huskies do, and they're just making sure that they aren't progressing. They're kind of playing the Marauders game this second portion of this first half. A lot of action from the defense on University of Mary's side, the first portion of this first half here in this matchup.
Oh, here you
Husky
go.
Stadium, and possible chance there for University of Mary, and Evie Cohen there to break it up, and ball rolls out of the back of the Husky zone, and we'll have a goal kick by Evie Cohen here to.
Yeah, Hannah Richter there. Opportunity, just a bad first touch, sends that one over the goal line. She had Evie Cohen beat if she had just brought that down and went around her, but she felt her breathing on her neck, and just a bad first touch out of play.
Richter out. Looks like we have Caitlin Schwass in for Richter. Another substitution for University of Mary here in this one.
42 minutes gone. 3 minutes remain.
Marauders with the throw-in from the far touchline on the right side here. Regrouping at about mid-pitch, far side. Marauders trying to chase this one down. Looks like it'll roll out of the back of the Husky zone and get another goal kick from Cohn here. A lot of excitement going into this one. A lot of people traveling in to see Husky action here at Husky Stadium, and it looks like we got a little bit of a trip up there at midfield.
Nothing called there. Naralski
Nothing called.
Taken out. It looks like Brianna Ramey.
Yeah, Brianna Ramey getting tripped up there. Nothing noticeable by the refs, though, as we continue on. We got just under 2 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, we're into that 44th minute of play, Josh, and you're going to see some final pushes here from both teams.
Yeah, like I said, frustration, final game plans to make one last push for maybe a leading goal here by one of these teams. You never know who it is. It's been a pretty back-and-forth matchup thus far. A lot of action from the Huskies, but it seems like University of Mary coming up with some clever plans to get some chances laid on here in this first half, as Cohen's had a couple looks here in the final few minutes of this one. St. Cloud taking it on the far side. Looks like we had Jocelyn Martinez there kicking it alongside.
Flag says, nope, flag goes up. She's offsides.
Offsides there by the Huskies, as we're going to go the other way with University of Mary possession here.
Emily Talamontes just barely offside. The far side AR was there to make the call.
About 45 seconds left in this one, and University of Mary making one last push for something here. Final 30-ish seconds of this one. St. Cloud regaining possession, and University of Mary kicking it deep to Cone. Cone will come out and play it, as we have less than 30 seconds left. Love to see the Husky Scarves here out at Husky Stadium. A lot of soccer fever going on here. Ricky and I talked about earlier about the growing love for soccer in the state of Minnesota, and it's great to see a lot of fans back in Husky Stadium for this one. As we're winding down the last few seconds of this first half.
Ooh.
Through the uprights, but does not count for the Huskies, and we're going into the second half. 0-0 back and forth matchup thus far. Ricky Clavercamp, your thoughts on this first half by the Huskies and by the Marauders altogether?
Good first half for the Huskies. There are a lot of opportunities. They really seem to control play for a good portion of the match. Good amount of shots. 5 shots on this first game, or on this first half, and 3 on goal. Holding St. U Mary to 3 shots, none of them on goal. Also getting your 2 corners as well. Very important to get those early in this one to put some pressure onto the onto the Marauders. And, if you're Greta Arvidsson, there's not much for you to say at halftime outside of, keep playing. You're going to find the way into the past the back line eventually. You've already done it a couple times. Just figure out a way to do it and put one in goal. And if you're UMary, you've played a good game as well. It's just, again, unable to find a shot on goal there for the entire first half. You want to start figuring out a way to put one in towards Evie Cohn.
With that said, any players stick out to you in that first half as far as
Hannah Richter
effectiveness goes? Okay,
Hannah Richter.
Yeah, definitely.
She definitely had a good first half. Yeah, could see her touching the ball a lot that first half, moving it around, and just she wasn't able to find the back of the net. Probably had the best opportunity of the night so far. Just bad first touch, sending it out. Hannah Richter's for who to watch this second half if you are UMary. And then Claire Shea, of course, having probably the best opportunity for the Huskies so far, just sending it wide.
All right, well, that does it for this first half. We will take a break and come back for the second half here at Husky Stadium. 0-0 going into the second half. Huskies and Marauders tied at 0. We will be back after this here on Radio X. Going into this second half, just a few moments until we get the second half underway here at Huskies Stadium. And what a beautiful day it has been so far for some Huskies soccer and soccer in general here in the Granite City St. Cloud. Ricky, your thoughts?
Oh, so far this game, well, first thing we need to touch on, we actually have a crowd here today.
We do,
and it's a gorgeous crowd.
Man,
it's a great
it's
crowd.
So cool to have fans back. It feels weird, but it's part of that new normal that we are heading back to, and it's just great to have some fans.
Get back to that
in
old
the
normal,
seats.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely an exciting time to have some fans at Husky Stadium for this one. A lot of people flocking in from around the world, around the country, for to see their family, to see their kids play some Husky soccer and even some University of Mary soccer, if you will. Definitely,
definitely have some U-Mary fans down here.
Yes, we do.
Well, now,
a little bit of blue, a little bit of red.
Now let's take a look at the stat sheet that we were so kindly given to us at halftime.
Yes.
We have Claire Shea, 2 shots, 1 on goal. Kira Sosinski, a shot on goal, went on goal, and then Ari Del Moral with a shot did not find its way to the goal. So that equals 5 shots, 2 on goal. And that's comparatively to what the sidearm live stats showed us. It originally showed us with 3 goals, but once again, Del Moral taking that final shot, I believe, and just sending that high and completely wide. Then looking over at U-Mary, Kayla Alcott, 2 shots, did not find goal, and Kendra Park did not find goal either with her 1 shot for a total of 3 shots, none on goal for U-Mary. Looking at corner kicks, Marauders, none, Huskies 2. Marauders also have the 2 saves, of course, but they also have been getting in a little bit of foul trouble. 7 fouls so far for the Marauders, only 4 for the Huskies.
Yeah, 7 fouls, and honestly, like you mentioned before, one of them could have been Richter. A little bit of physical play there, a little bit of frustration coming out for the Marauders, but here we are in the second half. We'll see what happens.
I'd have even almost given Richter a cautioning on the one that she kind of pushed her arm out on.
Oh, yeah.
On that was, I believe it was on Nicole Fries. Yeah, on Nicole Fries down here on the near side touchline. Just absolutely went out with the right arm and pushed her down. You could have probably called that one, given her a caution, but no caution given. Just blown dead. So.
Yeah, and the graph reads that just the way we saw in that first half. 45% in the left middle third, 31% in the right middle third for the attacking direction going for St. Cloud State, and then 42% for U of Mary in the left middle third, and then 37% in the right middle third. So a lot of action right around mid-pitch for this one.
Yeah, a lot of action at mid-pitch, and then very close on possession total amount, too. 52% for the Huskies, 48% for U-Mary. So really tight-knit affair so far for both teams.
Yeah, we'll see how this second half goes as Huskies making their way back onto the field for this one. About a minute left until we get the second half underway. Any preview thoughts going into the second half, Ricky?
I'd look to see you to get your starters back out there if you're Arvidsson, and I bet that's what she's going to end up doing, put her starters back out there and see what happens. Definitely see Claire Shea to take a couple more shots, and most of these Huskies to take a lot more shots on goal here, trying to put one into the back of the net. And if you're U-Mary, you're just looking for your first shot on the net, putting Evie Cohn to the challenge.
Yeah, looking for the Huskies. You mentioned the Huskies starters, and one of them that comes to mind is Fries, the senior for the Huskies. I believe returning senior for the Huskies. Definitely could be a big-time playmaker in this second half. Definitely had a few touches that first half, and
just unable to get a counted shot. She had one, but it was blocked out in front. It was either going to be a shot or a cross, and blocked out in front by a U-Mary defender and out for a corner. So it did equal a corner, but they did not register it as a shot.
Yeah, another player having a lot of action on the St. Cloud side of things was Claire Shea. Definitely had a few close chances to make this 1-0, and that University of Mary defense mentioned in the first half, they are just having quite the stronghold on this St. Cloud offense as far as progressing downfield today.
The back line has held extremely strong for Mary, and it has as well for St. Cloud State. Just Mary's seen a lot more of the action down in their zone, especially looking at this. Mary has controlled the ball down in this in their offensive end 7% of the time. Most of the time they are on the defense, with 14% of the time holding the ball inside their own defending third.
Let's see how we fare in this second half as we are about to get underway here as the Marauders make their way onto the field, as well as the Huskies, as we await this first portion of this second half.
It's going to be Mary with the kickoff, going right to left across your radio dial. Road blues, orange trim, as we mentioned at the top of the show, too. I love that orange trim. The Boise State look.
Definitely adds a little bit of vibrancy to the look, as Marauders right out of the gate with a possible chance up here, in St. Cloud knocking it away.
Wrong sheet there. Wrong sheet there, John.
Had the stat sheet out. We already went over enough for the first half. I don't think we need to worry about that anymore.
You just need your roster on.
We're progressing into the second half here.
Delmore.
I was going to say Delmore knocking it out here, as we'll have a toss in by Sophie Lang of University of Mary.
No, that's Waltman.
Oh, yeah. Nope, excuse me. Sorry, Waltman.
Come on, Josh. Soccer rules. Rules.
Yes. Saw Lang jogging towards our direction. Thought maybe there was a throw-in involved.
Hey.
Gotta get used to the soccer rules. I'm still getting thrown off by the football field here. St. Cloud needs their own soccer stadium, apparently. They need to have their own Allianz Field down here.
Good. Hey, we don't need Allianz down up here. We have the Mississippi River that we can look at.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's about as Minnesota as it gets. Beautiful weather. Beautiful September Minnesota weather here. Had a fair share of storms in the last week as well, as we always do in mid-September Minnesota and late September. Me personally, I love the storms. Look forward to September storms every year, and this is one of those beautiful autumn days on the banks of the Mississippi here in St. Cloud. Beautiful weather for this soccer matchup here today, as Samantha Guzman takes it here up to mid-pitch, kicks it out to another Marauder player here as we're battling mid-pitch, and St. Cloud knocks it out, and in for the throw-in will be Sophia Lang. Sophia Lang got that one right that time, Rick.
Yes, you did.
We did get a throw-in by University of Mary, as Rami battling up here alongside the close side to us, going right to left on your radio dial here, as University of Mary trying to make some offense happen here early in this second half. Taking it down low is Kayla Alcott. Up front there, University of Mary going for the chance there.
Hannah Richter looking for her first shot on goal. First shot, actually, I believe. Yeah, first shot on anything, and
surprising.
Just unable to go off of her foot, the top of her foot, and go wide.
Definitely won't be the first time we mention her name this second half, as she was a true component of the first half, despite what the stat sheet does show. She definitely was in there for the brunt of some of the offensive chances by the Marauders as they regroup, and Sophia Lang along the close touchline, kicking it over here to Cassidy Pierce. It's back line for University of Mary, making the ball move here as we get Alcott again, touching it up to another player. Looked like Kendra Park up front there, the forward. St. Cloud trying to get the ball moving towards their side of the field here into the Mary zone as St. Cloud progresses even further, and ball will roll on back here as Waltman's there to kick it out. Kicking it over to Guzman yet again. Guzman taking her time. Far touchline here with the ball is University of Mary.
That's Guzman trying to ward off one of the Husky players there. Looked to be Jenna Dominguez, and then the ball thrown on over her head and by Guzman to possibly kill time. No call there.
St. Cloud trying to make something happen there and gets it in for the Huskies. Couldn't quite see who got that one in.
That was, I believe, goodness, a shot from distance. I believe that is Dominguez with the goal. An absolute fire shot.
Tucked it high and deep into the corner. Nothing that Madison Waltman could do about that one. That one was stuck up there, hung up there for a few minutes. Nice stretch there by Waltman, but obviously nowhere near stopping that one as the Huskies put themselves up 1-0. We'll get confirmation on who exactly it was here from the PA guy once we hear that.
Yeah, an absolute fire shot. Jenna Dominguez with the goal from outside the 18. That was an absolute cracking shot from her, and Huskies find their way up 1-0, not even into the 4th minute of play.
Quite the floater there, too. Wasn't sure if that one was going to go too high up, but it's stuck up there, and we are up 1-0 here at Husky Stadium. St. Cloud taking the lead 1-0 over University of Mary as Huskies regain possession yet again and maybe try and add an insurance goal here. Taking it up to mid-pitch far side as the Marauders, Richter there with the steal, giving them possession here for University of Mary as we're about mid-pitch, and Sophia Lang yet again with the ball, getting a few touches. This back line is for University of Mary.
That is in the 50th minute of play. Oh, here you go.
Chance here for St. Cloud yet again.
Oh.
Del Moral trying to set that one up.
Dominguez looking for her second. Goes off her knee and wide. And she would have had her second. That would have been in the 51st minute. The last goal in the 50th minute of play in this one.
Madison Waltman standing strong was the junior.
Yeah, didn't even need to do anything. Just stand there, watch the ball go wide.
Oh, yeah. St. Cloud trying to make something happen here on the far touchline, and University of Mary will regain it yet again. Regrouping as Waltman kicking it out over to Aerial Hockey, or excuse me, Cassidy Pierce. Wrong team.
Yeah, wrong team there.
Wrong 26.
Wrong.
First play-by-play. You gotta expect the unexpected.
Yeah, you're gonna have some mix-ups. I have her down as Price, so I mean.
There you go.
It's Pierce, but I have her down
before the E, except after the C. You always gotta remember that.
Oh, I gotta fix that.
Yeah, we been the long-awaited duo of Ricky Clavercamp and Josh Wheeler. It's finally happened, and looking forward to a lot of matchups here at Husky Stadium as good bulk of the soccer action will be called by us too this year. It seems like thus far, and it's going to be fun watching these women's squads battle it out throughout the season as conference play is underway. Kick out there by University of Mary, and we'll have a throw in here from St. Cloud.
No, goal kick.
Goal kick, excuse me. Evie Cohn there. Bring it back into action for the Huskies. Hopefully get something going here downfield. This back line really showing their stuff so far in this one through the first half and change of this matchup here at Husky Stadium, and chasing it down alongside there was Samantha Guzman. Sophia Lang with another touch along the mid-pitch, closest to us, I should say. Cassidy Pierce with it. This back line trying to get something going as the Huskies regain possession about mid-pitch, and they have a possible chance up front. Tripped up on the play.
Referee was going to blow that one dead, and I think the near side AR said, no, don't. Getting tripped up there.
Claire Shea.
Yeah, Claire Shea and Nicole Fries just getting caught up in each other's legs and going on down. No call there to be had. It would have been on your own player.
Yeah, that was miscommunication by the Huskies, but trying to regroup and set up a play that hopefully has a little bit better coordination, a little better game plan with this one. See if they can add in some insurance here early on in the second half. Guzman chasing it down for University of Mary as this ball will be kicked out, and St. Cloud will throw it in. St. Cloud using their feet, getting the ball around where they need to avoid any kind of serious, significant turnovers in mid-pitch, and tripped up there, seemed like.
Yeah.
St. Cloud State getting tripped about mid-pitch far side. Couldn't quite see who was there got tripped up.
It looked to be Sosinski getting tripped up there, I believe, by number 19, Viveznor. No, number 15, Dokara, tripping her up. 15, 19, they look about the same, right?
Yeah, that's. I think the math adds up with that one visually. Barlow State trying to get something going for the Huskies, and University of Mary kicking it out there as we have a throw in here. Del Moro trying to make something happen here maybe for the Huskies and add a second goal. Claire Shea getting physical in the corner there, getting a little bit of aggressiveness showing for this Husky team. True competitive team all around. Talking to Greta Arvidsson earlier today, and really emphasized just the passion that these girls have to compete and the excitement around being able to finally get into the grid of conference play and getting this season underway. First few games, not the way they probably hoped, but it's good to get the kinks out and get the wheels rolling again.
That goal ending a 230-minute goalless drought.
Yeah, absolutely
for the
incredible for the Huskies. Took them that long, but the fact of the matter is they got it, and looking for a second one here as we about 10 minutes into the second half here. Marauders making progress upfield here. Alcott trying to make something happen, but to no avail as St. Cloud's coming the other way, far side.
Yeah, ever since that goal, the Huskies have been smelling blood in the water. Now it goes out of play on the far side for a U-Mary throw. They've been smelling blood in the water and have been really pushing hard. This half started out with U-Mary really controlling play, but it's turned around after that goal. And a goal will do that to you. Coming on in here, Taylor Mayrick taken off. It looked to be Dakara.
University of Mary trying to progress their way upfield, see if they can get something going on the far side here as St. Cloud regains possession. Dropping it back to their back line, who's been pretty impressive so far in this one through the first half or so. Not giving the Marauders too much to work with as far as their offense goes, and can't ask for much more when you're Coach Arvidsson.
Not at all.
Giving them high praise earlier today when we spoke to her.
We're going to have to talk to her this week. I'm going to try setting up an interview with her for Husky Sports Friday this week.
Can't wait to speak to her as well as speak to the men's coach, Coach Holmes, as Huskies have a chance here, potentially. Coming out for it was Madison Waltman, putting a stop to what was a 2-on-1 for the Huskies, and
Dominguez.
Not a lot of room to work with for Dominguez on the far side to make something happen there. So Waltman able to recover it with, not with ease, but definitely coming out to jump on that one before anything could happen for the Huskies.
Yeah, Dominguez unable to get there quickly, and it wasn't just not fast enough to get to that ball. If she'd have been probably a couple steps faster, she'd have gotten to that ball. She'd probably had her second of the night, but unable to do anything with that one. And Waltman coming out, making good pace to make to grab that ball.
Huskies have it mid-pitch here as we're slowly approaching near the first 15 minutes of this second half. Been back and forth thus far with a couple chances for the Huskies early on, but Madison Waltman doing what she does best. Junior out of Sioux Falls. Getting quite a few looks today, aside from the one that blew past her in the early on in this second half. She's been pretty remarkable outside of that. As University of Mary taking it here alongside the far touchline area for the Marauders, and Marauders knock it in there to tie this one up.
Look to be number 12.
Kendra Park.
Kendra Park getting her second on the season.
Tying it up here early.
Evie Cohn on the cross into the box, unable to bring it in. Hannah Richter threw that towards the net, sort of a cross/shot. Goes off of Cohn's arms and just goes right to Kendra Park.
Yeah, the freshman
just had to tap it in.
Freshman on the Marauders. Quite a few freshmen this season for University of Mary, and Kendra Park knotting this one up at one with that one. Definitely good progression through the zone there by University of Mary to tie this one up 1-1. Getting down and dirty here in the thick of it at Husky Stadium. A lot of slides, a lot of kicks. We're getting into the nitty-gritty with this matchup here at Husky Stadium. Exciting matchup. A lot of back-and-forth action thus far between these two teams as alongside Kayla Alcott has the ball, taking it about through the middle portion of the middle third, trying to get another opportunity there, and University of Mary puts them up just like that, 2-1.
Hannah Richter
there, finally getting that one goal she was looking for, and
her first shot of the game on goal, and it went right to her, not even needing to do much, probably like 13 yards out of the net, and just tapping that one with a good hard shot, beating Evie Cohen far side, and you have a 2-1 lead for Mary Marauders.
Yeah, Marauders doing exactly what we talked about, making sure they're moving the ball with ease, it seems, and good things happen when you make your passes work, and right now they are not missing a beat when it comes to their offensive passing, and quick ball movement helped them get those 2 goals, and now they are up just like that, 2-1 through the first 15 and change here at Husky Stadium as St. Cloud looks to even it up here, coming back into the middle third. Going left to right on your radio dial, and we have possession here for University of Mary. Noelle Vigneri with the ball again, and Huskies chasing it down there, and
all the way to Evie Cohn.
Evie Cohn there with the stop. A little slow roller, but nothing too panic mode about that one, as the Marauders looking to add some insurance to their lead now, and Evie Cohn was right there for the stop. Not much to it on that one.
As we look ahead, we have a doubleheader today on Radio X here.
Yes, we do.
Immediately following this game, we're going to be sending it out to Hallenbeck after probably a little break.
Right next door.
Maybe you send back to the music for a song or two, but right next door, going to Hallenbeck on the same channel. It'll be the Huskies versus Augustana for volleyball, and Jake and I will have the call on that one.
Exciting Husky sports action. It's great to have fall sports back. It's great to have sports in general. It's great to have fans back as we have quite a few people on hand here at Husky Stadium as University of Mary trying to add another goal there, but the redshirt freshman Evie Cohn there for another stop, getting a lot of looks in this second half for the Huskies, but looking to make something happen offensively as down low we have Del Moro with the far side, taking it in to the front. And there it is. Huskies tie it up. Looked like it was Carranza up front, I believe.
That's Freeze.
Oh, it was Freeze up front there for the tying goal as we are knotted up 2-2.
27 minutes to go in this one. So that is in the 50, I believe, 63rd minute.
There you go. We're not that great at math, but
she gets her first of the year. And, yeah, you've been looking for that. I've been looking for that one all season so far.
Mentioned it at halftime, going into halftime, I should say. Coming out of halftime. Freeze looking to make something happen with a goal there, and sure enough, she ties this one up. Still plenty of soccer left to go. We've had an action-packed second half here at Husky Stadium. Tie game here, 2-2. Just about 27 minutes left in this one. A lot of battling going on along the far touchline near the out of bounds there by University of Mary. We'll get a throw in from the Marauders. Huskies headbutting it right back. A little battle alongside there. Run kicked out now to mid-pitch as Marauders coming the other way. A little bit of trip-up action there. Nothing doing with the refs, though. Huskies regrouping and coming up with another game plan downfield.
Huskies want to win this one in regulation for sure.
Don't want to get too cute with the ball, though, here as Huskies are starting to execute their passes as well.
They're trying to spring Shea here on some overarching through balls, and Shea's offsides by a good yard. So
yeah, Carranza using the fancy footwork. Don't think that she could get it to Shea even if she wanted to with close proximity of this University of Mary defense. It's been all game significant in keeping the Huskies offense at bay.
Yeah,
we are only knotted up 2-2 and only honestly 2-2 through the second half. First half was pretty quiet, pretty back and forth with very few chances between both teams.
And there was Claire Shea offsides too on that last call. I've been looking for that all day.
You mentioned it. Springing her deep, but she's
too deep.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. This isn't necessarily the dump and chase in hockey.
Ooh.
We got physical play yet again.
Alcott taking out Zerna or Rhea Zerna, and you should see it. I'd think that had to be a cautioning. That was worse than the Richter play we had earlier today too. She took her out. Yeah, and you're gonna see something here.
University of Mary getting physical,
and they're gonna stop the clock. 24:56 left. It is going to be a booking here. I bet it is. I don't know what the call is going to be though. They're going to talking over. They said better be a booking. And it's not.
It is not.
I am astonished that you do not give her a yellow card there. Right. I am astonished you don't give her a caution. That is.
Referees letting it go for now.
Wow.
This is more so Ricky Clavercamp's take than mine. He's definitely the soccer expert when it comes to this. And
I wouldn't say expert, but whoa.
Off the crossbar was that one. Close chance there for the Huskies.
Claire Shea from distance. Oh, my Lord.
Claire Shea, you mentioned before, she was deep, but she went deep with that one. That one hit the crossbar. I thought maybe that one was going to float right over the head of Madison Waltman, but nothing doing as we're still knotted up 2-2 with just over 24 minutes left in this second half. In this regulation second half, might go to OT if this continues, because it's been a battle the last few minutes. And physical play there as we're just getting down and dirty here in the midway point of this second half. And St. Cloud trying to center the pass here, and just a lot of blue on this end of the pitch. And
you're going to see a lot more physical play here.
Sure, trying to avoid offsides, I guess. I don't know what that was exactly by University of Mary, why they had to reposition themselves to play it the other way. But we'll see what they can come up with here, taking it upfield along the far flank over to the touchline here. About mid-pitch, far side for University of Mary as we're.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot more physical play now that call was not given a caution. I guarantee you we're going to see some more physical play, and it's going to get worse and worse as this game goes along with the card staying in the pocket there. You have to give a caution eventually.
Triggering a lot of emotions, too. It's got to creep into the minds.
And Claire Shea should have been called on the one down here on the goal line, too. She took out one of the UMary defenders. Uh-oh.
Looks like we might have a chance here. Maybe not, as St. Cloud's right there to block any attempt.
Yeah, good play by Zerna blocking Park on the shot. But, yeah, back to my point. You're going to see it happen more and more often, and Claire Shea basically got the go-ahead from the referee to do that because you're not going to get a caution. It's why you have it. You got to use it eventually.
Chance here for St. Cloud potentially as just above the crossbar here is looked like it was
Del Morale trying to find Claire Shea in the middle.
Like it was Shea again up there up front. Just couldn't cash in.
A good block there by Pierce. Getting a foot on it, making the shot a lot harder. That one would have landed right at the feet of Shea, who could have buried it, but it goes off the top of her foot instead, having to try doing a redirection instead of just slamming it home. And, yeah, that great play there. Claire Shea just unable to redirect that one into the back of the net.
Tyler Montez kicking it out there for University of Mary, so St. Cloud throwing it in here as Freeze taking in, trying to make something happen for the Huskies along the front end here for this offense. Play along the far line here, right around mid-pitch, far side of the field. Going left to right here at Huskies Stadium. Beautiful day for this one as the weather's been picture perfect for this afternoon, almost matinee matchup for these two teams.
Yeah, immediately following this, once again, we got Husky volleyball with Jake Bedell and myself. I'll probably be a little late, but we'll see what happens.
Can't wait for that one. Around 7 p.m., I'll be guiding the ship back at KVSE for Sam Getzinger, Blake Tyson. They'll have the call.
Apollo versus Ricori.
Yeah, Apollo versus Ricori. Some
football.
Friday night prep football and Friday Night Lights here in the Granite City area. As the ball is kicked out of the far side corner here. Looks like be a
goal kick, yeah.
Goal kick for University of Mary coming up.
As we enter into,
see if we can do the math here.
Let's see. The 70th, we're into the 71st minute of play about, and 2-2 our score. A lot of scoring back and forth here. Huskies got one. UMary got two. And then Huskies again got one off the back of Nicole Freeze. And then Huskies could have had a second one, but it was put wide by Claire Shea.
Physical play there by Jessica Lemon. Despite the caution not being handed out by the official early on, University of Mary is continuing their physicality, playing aggressively here.
And they're going
to
call that one offsides. Easy call there. Shea was at least a mile offsides. Very much offsides there was
Ricky Clavercamp being the Yoda to Shea here as far as giving her the wise advice to not go offsides anymore. We'll see.
It's hard.
It's
hard to
especially
stay
when especially when you are as an excelling player as Shea is. We've all seen what she can do. Huge year in 2019.
Yeah, 2019. She led the team in goals, 7 goals, 5 assists for 19 points. A very, very accomplished player.
Del Morro there. Potential shot there by the Huskies. And
a great
Madison
shot.
Waltman there putting her hand up, getting that one to not go in.
Del Morro going for that upper 90 in the top left corner for Waltman, and Waltman just sticking her right arm up and punching that ball over the top of the net, preventing any rebounds or anything from that one. So now you'll have Freeze, I believe, taking the corner.
Waltman using her height to get that one. 5'8", but long enough to get that one, keep that one from going in the net.
Offsides.
Offsides there.
Dominguez off by probably about maybe a couple inches only. Good call by the near side AR. Blow that one dead. It was right inside the 18, so it would have been a huge opportunity for Dominguez.
Just under 18 minutes left in this one, and Ricky, what's their game plan, I guess, if you're going forward here? It's still knotted up, but a lot of physical play by the Marauders thus far.
Yeah, if you're St. Cloud, what you want to do is you try to force those errors and try to force those fouls down in the zone. And you don't want to give up another goal going down late in this one. You want to put one into the net. You want to be the next one to score. You need to be the next one to score, I'd think.
As cliche as it may sound, you also don't want to let if you're St. Cloud, you don't want to let those emotions channel your play the rest of the way here. Is 2-2 is as tight as it gets, but you could be way worse if you start to make some physical mistakes and let your emotions get the best of you. I mean, got to be frustrated, obviously, with the outcome of some of the near cautions that we've had in this matchup, but St. Cloud definitely has been in it since the beginning. They've been showing a lot of fight.
Yeah, and St. Cloud's controlled the pace of play very much so in this latter half.
Yeah, we saw a lot of back and forth in the first half where it was a lot of St. Cloud at first with a lot of pushback by University of Mary, and then towards the end of the first half it was flipping that script essentially with University of Mary putting on the pressure in St. Cloud, and now it seems like St. Cloud, like you said, has controlled most of the pace thus far, and I think University of Mary, despite having a tie game right now, I think they're just kind of getting frustrated because you got to think maybe they could have had more chances if possible if this St. Cloud defense hadn't been strong throughout. And we've got another play there by Waltman coming out for that one to get the play started for the Marauders.
Yeah, coming off her line, you had Claire Shea sitting right there,
kick
possibly.
There to mid-pitch and bouncing way over Richter there is
Karan's unable to bring that one in.
See what the Marauders can do with this one. Again, over to the shrubbery here on Huskies Stadium. Beautiful stadium out here in St. Cloud. First time of me getting the
joys of calling from here.
Well, calling from here and just seeing the stadium in person. I was kind of late to the party. Started
this year,
August of 2019, and going to school here, and right around the time we stopped having football here, so I never got a chance to see the gridiron in person, but this is definitely a beautiful view up here. Beautiful stadium here at St. Cloud State. Another kick out of bounds here into the shrubbery, and get another throw in on the far side here near the touch point on the right-hand side of the field, going left to right on your radio dial here in St. Cloud.
14 minutes left on the clock, or 14:44 left on the clock.
A little stall in the offense thus far for the teams. Had an explosion of 4 goals in what felt like, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and we're going to want to see a goal here soon, especially for our broadcasting purposes.
St. Cloud trying to make something happen here along the far side here, keeping it from rolling out of bounds. There is the Huskies. It's like Del Moral keeping it out there.
And Shea putting that one up and over the top of the net for nothing doing there.
Works in football, doesn't work in soccer.
Yeah, you aren't getting a goal like that in soccer. Yep. 13:55 left. We are well within 70, or within that 87th minute. Getting ready to, or in that 77th minute, excuse me, not that 87th minute. Otherwise, we'd be almost done. But yeah, looking ahead, we'll keep it here for soccer. If we do go to overtime, we will be here for soccer, and then we'll send it on over to Jake Bedell over at Hallenbeck Hall, who will be broadcasting. I will join him as soon as I finish up here, and then we will be also having some tech football. They play Cambridge Asante at 7 o'clock on the KVSE Sports Stream, and then on KVC, as we said, at 7 o'clock, you got Sam Getzinger and Blake Tyson over at Ricori for Apollo versus Ricori. And that looks to be a good game as well.
Can't wait to help guide that ship and give everybody the pregame, halftime, and postgame coverage of that one. Right after this one wraps up, I'll head on over there to get that ball rolling. But here we are, just about 12 and a half left in this one. University of Mary trying to get the ball rolling, trying to get maybe the third goal of this second half and of this game altogether. Like we mentioned, the first half, pretty quiet on both ends with a few chances, but second half has been quite exhilarating thus far, and kicking it out there was the Huskies, and trying to stretch out Shea and just did not seem to work, as would have been offsides, and Wallman's out to give a goal kick here to get the progression going the other way for the Marauders here, as we're far mid-pitch there.
79th minute. We are in, looking on towards the 80th final 10, getting ready for it. And both teams looking for that goal, end this game in regular time instead of going to extra time.
University of Mary taking it in here. St. Cloud chasing it down to keep it in play potentially. And they're able to do that. Freeze keeping it in there for St. Cloud, playing it on over on the far side is St. Cloud State, coming the other way here to potentially get another chance at giving them the 3-2 lead. Freeze with the ball again.
Just put a little too much on it. It's going to roll out for a throw-in down at the corner flag, and we're going to have another substitution.
And we saw the bystander there. Shea was waiting for it, waiting for the drop pass up front, and going to maybe do something for St. Cloud, but that ball rolling out in the corner is got another throw in here from University of Mary. Kicking the side of the shed, as we heard that from up here.
Brianna Ramey coming on in, taking off Sophia Lang, it looks like. And Sophia Lang, I think, will be done for the day unless we go to some extra time. That is 2 15-minute periods back-to-back. No golden goal, it just goes on. So we could still see a draw even in that.
Trying to make something happen here. Here is Shea up front. Kicking it back. Here is Shea. Kicking it over to Del Moral again. Fighting off two Marauders in the corner, and they'll kick it out. And Del Moral with the throw in here. Excuse me, sorry. Bargesta with the throw in for St. Cloud, and
dangerous play is going to be called there on Carranza. Putting her foot way too high there, especially close to another player. Can't do that right near the head.
Turnover here from University of Mary, and that's a plain as day trip there by the Marauders. And
it's a yellow. There's your yellow.
We've heard, I believe that was Richter. I've heard her name a couple times today. And
yeah, I believe that is a yellow on Richter. So a caution to Richter in the 81st minute. And you're going to have an opportunity here from about, I'd say almost 40 yards out from the goal. Or it's to Dakara. Yasmina Dakara getting the yellow there in the 81st.
See what Madison Waltman's going to do here.
So let's see what happens here. Waltman is back in her net. Let's see who's taking this here. I think this is Sosinski. Right
Stop
to her.
there by Waltman, right to her, one bounce. She'll walk this one out and roll it on over.
That's a wasted opportunity right there, Josh.
It is.
They say no shot's a bad shot, but that one was definitely a bad shot.
Yeah. Cassidy Pierce taking alongside, trying to make something happen for University of Mary, and you said it. That was not a lot of strength behind that one as far as making it at least a compete level shot here. Is taken alongside is Kendra Park, the freshman. Turning it over to St. Cloud.
That is good passing. Trying to make something happen to Rihanna Zerna.
Ava White there trying to bounce it back and forth.
Huskies need to do something here, Josh.
Yes, they do, and they need to produce some offense and keep that back line playing the way they have pretty much this whole game. Outside of maybe a flaw here or two in the second half, they've done a pretty good job of keeping their own all together for the Huskies. As we'll get a play here at about mid-pitch for St. Cloud. Over to Shea here on the far side as she kicks it over, tries to make something happen, gets the ball back after hitting a University of Mary player, and that one will just bounce to Waltman with ease, and Waltman will come out to play it for a goal kick.
Into the 83rd minute of play. Still 2-2. And St. Cloud unable to really find anything after that last shot that hit the crossbar like 10 minutes ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was not too long ago that we had a goal here. It seems pretty quiet since then, but through the first about 25 minutes of this one, it was pretty back and forth competitiveness-wise.
And Shea's off again. She's on. Oh, goodness.
Shea putting a stop there. Maybe a chance here for St. Cloud as St. Cloud not being too cute with the ball here. Just hit the crossbar on the football goalpost that time. Not the crossbar on the goalpost for soccer, but regardless, you get no points in either sport for hitting that, and we are still at 2.
Coming on in here for the Marauders, Vizevnor, and coming off is Viginary. Yeah, and there's your other opportunity there to put one away. Just over the top of the bar, just barely.
It all started with a chance of them springing Shea down deep. Right around the middle third. Thought maybe she might have been offsides, but nothing from the officials there, and we play on. Just about 6 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, 84 minutes come and gone into the 85th.
Here's Richter again with the ball. Trying to make something happen for University of Mary here near the final minutes of this one. St. Cloud's defense altogether, especially their back line, making it happen, making the stops they need to keep any opportunities from arising for this Marauders offense that's started out this second half explosive, like we mentioned. It's Kind of been a quiet last handful of minutes for both teams, but definitely have had some close chances here in the later on portion of the second half.
This is a broadcasting alert. If this game does go to extra time, Jake Bedell will be on the NSIC stream. And the offsides there is Claire Shea again. On the NSIC stream for volleyball. And we will be picking up that coverage as soon as possible, immediately following this game, whether we go to extra time or not.
Taking it upfield here is University of Mary. Vesner with the ball here is turnover into St. Cloud as Freeze takes it and brings it over to it over to, let's see, who is that?
Carranza.
Carranza, gotcha.
Well, now you got another opportunity here. Oh!
No, not so fast. Yasmina Dakora with a stop there for University of Mary as St. Cloud was putting on the pressure going into the University of Mary zone there.
Almost sprung Nicole Freeze. That would have been really great.
Just under 4 minutes left in this one, and see if one of these teams can break through and break the tie here late. Back and forth action for both teams as you have a chance here going for University of Mary. Breaking it up there was St. Cloud.
And then another sub. Coming on now is Gilbertson going off. Looks to be number 8, Emma Snyder. And you're bringing on a forward for a midfielder here in Gilbertson coming in. You're looking to put a ball in the back of the net here within the next 3 minutes as we enter into the 88th.
Looked like Zerna stopping that one, that rush by University of Mary. Zerna coming up big for the Huskies here. Coming the other way now is St. Cloud. We'll have a goal kick here. Kicking it into play is Evie Cohn for the Huskies as we're nearing the end of regulation here. We got 2.5 left as Huskies have a chance here deep in the final minutes of this one, and great stop there. I believe that was Madison Waltman potentially. I wasn't sure if maybe another foot got involved there.
Waltman or Preers getting on back there, putting a foot to it or something. It was one of the two, and it goes out for a corner kick here late in this one. You have the goalkeeper up about 10 yards above the 18, so you have everybody up currently.
Del Morale kicking it in from the corner here, and Richter kicks it out deep, out to mid-pitch. Taking it there was Zerna. This back line's trying to punch in maybe a final minute goal here as we're just under 2 minutes left in this one. Madison Waltman yet again kicking that one out of bounds on the far side near the touchline. We'll get a throw in here from St. Cloud.
"90 seconds left, Josh.
See if anybody can punch in some final magic here at Husky Stadium.
As we enter into the 90th minute of play. As that one goes out, it's going to be a free kick here with just about 60 seconds left from what would be the 45 or 35-yard line if you're going off the football stadium field. 1 minute to go.
See if University of Mary can come up clutch here in the final minute of this one. About 40 seconds left. St. Cloud trying to make something happen going the other way.
Try to keep it from going to OT.
Kicking it back there to get a free kick here. Just Just under 30 seconds. St. Cloud looking to make something happen. A little bit of shoving going on up front there by University of Mary.
Well, here you go.
Cassidy Pierce getting physical up front. St. Cloud trying to punch one in here in the final minute. 10 seconds left in this one. Oh. Just wide. Almost had a chance there for the Huskies. Thought Shea maybe had a chance there up front.
I think that was Carly Valdez with an opportunity. Goes off of the leg wide.
Thought maybe she was feeding it over to Shea to make something work on the close side of where we are standing. But here we are. It is 2-2 going into overtime. And stick around for some volleyball action that will be coming your way. Again, as we mentioned, it's
Jake Bedell, and Jake has experienced some technical difficulties. He's using, the no wheels or Comrex, and that's seemed to have had trouble so far with the connectivity issues.
It's the beauty of radio, Ricky. Beauty of radio. Sometimes we connect, sometimes we don't connect. But
his game will
we're here to bring. We're going to get you the action one way or the other.
And his game will be on either. I'm guessing his game will be on the sports stream, or not on the sports stream, but on the stream of the NSIC, the NSIC stream. It will be starting here rather shortly, I believe, within the next minutes. Will be the next broadcast, or if we can get that broadcast, or at least he'll be on the NSIC stream. Once again, SCSU Huskies versus the Augustana Aggies. I believe it's Augustana. I believe. Off the top of my, it's either Augustana or something. Yeah, Augustana.
Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for your women's soccer squad here. Coming up on Sunday, myself alongside Sydney Wolf will have the call here at Husky Stadium. Taking on Minot State at noon. And then next Friday, we'll have a 5 p.m. matchup in Winona, taking on Winona State. And then another Sunday matchup, 1 p.m. matchup in Iowa. Fayette, Iowa, taking on Upper Iowa.
Looking ahead here on all the sports action on all our channels of communication tonight. Once again, at 7 o'clock, it's going to be Tech versus Cambridge Asante on the KVSC Sports Stream, and then at 7 o'clock as well on KVSC. Blake and Sam out at Rocori for Apollo at Rocori. You will be leading that one from the basement that bumps down beneath the Stewart Hall.
Can't wait.
At KVSC. And then again at Hallenbeck Hall starting at 6, so within the next 4 minutes. Jake Bedell out there ready for St. Cloud State versus Augustana. Tomorrow, Apollo at Detroit Lakes at 1 o'clock. Josh, you have that one going all the way up to Detroit Lakes. And then Jake Bedell as well. He is calling a game from Hallenbeck Hall again, St. Cloud State versus Wayne State at 2 o'clock on Radio X for SCSU Volleyball. On Sunday, you got St. Cloud State versus Minot, as you said, at noon. Sydney Wolf and of course you, Josh Wheeler,
Can't
on
wait.
the call. And then on Monday, you got girls soccer, Apollo versus Cathedral at Apollo. Blake Tyson on the call on that one. That one is on Radio X. And then Tech versus Becker on the KVSC Sports Stream in volleyball on Monday. On Tuesday, then you also have a full day of action. You got St. Cloud State at Bemidji for volleyball. That one's on KVSC. And I believe you are in the studio for that one as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Radio X, you got Tech versus Wilmer with Blake Tyson, and then Apollo versus Sauk Rapids at Apollo on the KVSC Sports Stream with myself. So we got a full week ahead of us.
Yes, we have a busy week. Being the commuter student that I am up here, I will be up here for the next, I believe, 5 days straight of commuting up to St. Cloud and or Detroit Lakes. As we mentioned before, tomorrow I'll be on the sports stream for KVSC, bringing you some soccer tomorrow.
High school
Detroit
soccer,
Lakes.
boys soccer, Apollo at Detroit
boys soccer.
Lakes. And then looking at next week, we also have another busy weekend again. Tech at Monticello, that one's on KVSC. Blake and Sam on the call. And then St. Cloud State versus Northwood at Husky Stadium on the KVSC Sports Stream. That is men's soccer. I will be on the call with that one on the NSIC Sports Stream that we are on currently, and on the KVSC Sports Stream that we are not on currently. And then SCSU volleyball will be called from Marshall, Minnesota. St. Cloud State taking on Southwest Minnesota. That is Jake Bedell and Earnhardt Jaworski making the call down there.
Tons of sports action coming your way in the next week on the airwaves of KVSC and as well as Radio X and the Sports Stream. But here we are, Husky Stadium, winding down the halftime intermission, and we are excited to be here as even us in the press box are dancing to Darude. The song Sandstorm is blasting through the stadium as we are enjoying the amazing stadium anthems that pump out here. Great vibe with fans back in it, students, parents, many different kinds of walks of life coming back into the seats of Husky Stadium, and we're underway in overtime.
10 minutes only, so we are going to enter into the 100th minute of play by the end of this.
Cannot imagine running 100 minutes, but here we are. All these girls outdoing me and my cardio in the beautiful game of soccer as getting tripped up there was St. Cloud State.
Yeah, Reina Zerna getting taken down that time by number 15 in blue, Yasmina Dokar, and she's got to be careful. She's already on a yellow. So if she gets another one, she's gone. And you don't want that to happen.
Zerna, one of the freshmen here at St. Cloud State from St. Michael Albertville.
Yeah, one of the great players at high school level coming on up and immediately getting starting time at the collegiate level of Division II. It's something that you always dream of when you're a high school athlete.
Which I can imagine the compete level that these girls show week in and week out, especially starting this season. It's got to be hard to just walk on to a campus and just, immediately get the ball to run with it, so to speak, as a freshman. And she's one of a few here on this team that just
one of a bunch.
One of a bunch that just absolutely shines throughout. And gotta love the work that
we were told to watch for Jadzuski and Reina Zerna in the middle, starting center backs, and looks like Jadzuski and Zerna have played that full 90.
Richter there trying to intercept, little split-legged, might have thought maybe she jerked a knee or something there for a sec, but University of Mary trying to bring it the other way here. Goal kick about mid-pitch alongside the far side of the field. Throw in here from the Huskies.
Yep, we're into the 93rd minute now.
Marauders trying to make something happen along the far side here. Kicking it over to Jessica Lemon. Lemon getting it over to Kayla Alcott. Trying to make something happen in here deep. Tripping over Evie Cohn was Kendra Park there. Looks like Kendra Park. Slow to get up, but looks like she's okay.
She'll need to walk that one off.
Yeah, they're going to walk that one off. Dirty collision.
Yeah, and they're going to stop the clock here. I think they're going to make sure she can get off.
Holding her head. Definitely a dirty crash there.
Yeah, heavy collision there. Nothing dirty. Nothing like dirty as in like illegal or anything happening there. Coming out was Evie Cohn, and going on in was Kendra Park. And just right on over the top.
Soccer. That was vintage soccer there. Yeah. Vintage as it gets.
Okay, Michael Cole.
Jeez, throwing wrestling references in my face. Okay.
Hey. All right. Michael Cole is the one that always says vintage, right?
Yes, he is. But now I'm stealing it for Husky soccer. Nonetheless, that was as soccer as it gets for a collision, and that's just the physicality that this game's brought so far as we are in the OT premise of this one, and going to get started here in just momentarily as
we're going to have a drop ball, I believe, to Evie Cohn.
Another term I've yet to hear in my non-soccer knowledge, but it's always good to learn from Ricky Clivercamp on the fly.
So, yeah, if a drop ball is just, he's going to hold the ball, he's going to drop it straight to her, and then she'll get to pick it up again.
Aww.
And then the clock will start again. Drop ball occurs.
There we go.
And drop ball occurs on injuries and on
kicking it in there is Cohn, and right around mid-pitch is University of Mary to headbutt that one back in and get the offense maybe going for the Marauders as we're nearing a possible chance here. Chasing it down there was Alcott, but to no avail as the Huskies are bringing it the other way yet again. Jessica Lemon there to stop that one and keep the ball in the Marauders' possession.
Yeah, the only time you'll ever see a drop ball, though, Josh, is on that injuries, a call gone the wrong way that he miscued. He just blew the whistle accidentally. And then if the ball hits the referee, which we've seen earlier today, and then you'll see another drop ball. And he just drops the ball to whoever was last in possession of it before the infraction or whatever happened.
Kicking it out to mid-pitch is Cohn there. See if the Huskies can start moving it the other way. A lot of action in the Mary zone here. Husky zone, I should say.
95th minute of play here of Husky soccer.
Jessica Lemon kicking it out to Yasmina Dakara out to mid-pitch, and Huskies taking it right back.
One of the things you're not going to see really in extra time is goals because it's very short. It's always very short.
Yeah. Very small time window to make something happen here. And
it's not golden goal. You're not really going for goal. Otherwise, you wouldn't see anybody. You'd see everybody just kind of playing defense because no reason to attempt anything. You're just going to barely get anybody going forward. And here's an opportunity for St. Cloud.
Nicole Freeze there trying to play something and
taken down.
Taken down on the play, and we'll see.
Freeze will take it, though. Will it be Freeze? Yeah, it'll be Freeze taking it. So from 40 yards out, right, Josh, you'd think? 43?
If my math is correct, yes. It's about 40 yards, and right there, almost maybe had a little bit of slippery hands on it, but nonetheless covers it up, and
Waltman
still tied with just under 5 minutes left in this
first overtime period.
Extra play, yeah.
So we're going to get two, though.
Kicking it out there was Waltman, and out to the tent and into the grass shrubbery here at Husky Stadium, and we'll have a throw in here right around mid pitch.
Yeah, it's going to go into the
St. Cloud trying to make something happen, trying to get something offensively going here. As we mentioned, we haven't seen a lot of too much action since about the 25th minute of the second half, and here's Del Moral trying to get something going here.
Freeze should have probably just taken that shot. She had the
Freeze,
ball.
St. Cloud getting too cute with the ball there, and Freeze definitely maybe had too much blue around her to make something work, but definitely thought they'd have something going on the far side there to punch it in, but nothing for St. Cloud there as the ball gets kicked out to mid-pitch by Cohn. Jessica Lemon kicking it back to their back line. Here's Alcott again. Trying to spring Richter up front there. Might have been offsides. Close call there, but intercepted by the Huskies. Throwing there from Burlestay. Looks like Huskies are still trying to spring Shea again. Shea's kind of deep as well, but not as deep as the second half where she was kind of all alone down near the goal line. But
yeah, she was very offside in that second half. But yeah, she's come back onside a lot.
St. Cloud playing a little closer to the chest this portion of the game. We'll see if.
As the referees figure it out, it's going to be St. Cloud throw-in here as AR in the center official trying to work things out together, and it's going to go for Bargesta to take it.
Oh, right to the face of Nicole Vigneri there. Can't feel good, but to no avail. She's right back in it.
Goes right on out.
Soccer tough is, I believe, the terminology there. It builds you different when you play soccer, and that is for sure a good example there. Throw in here from University of Marion. St. Cloud right back at it. Freeze trying to maybe regain possession for the Huskies, but University of Mary still playing strong. Dakara bringing it to the far side, and Huskies right back regaining possession again. Zerna there taking it to the side. Out of bounds right at the mid-pitch far side point of the field. About a little less than a minute and a half left in this first overtime.
As we get ready to enter into that 100th minute of play, these girls are very tired. You can see it on the field. They don't have as much of a step as they used to at the beginning of the game. But nonetheless, they're still playing their hearts out, and we're going to see going up to at least the 110th minute.
Del Moral kicking it out to the far side here. Shea tried to maybe spring forward, but to no avail was Madison Waltman putting an end to that one for the Huskies. Definitely not.
Good cross by Domingue, I believe. Let's see, who was?
I think it was Dominguez.
That was Freeze, I think, on the cross-in, wasn't it?
Could have been.
It was either Freeze or Dominguez.
Here
you go.
I need to get Clyra Camp binoculars next time. I need to ask for binoculars for Christmas. And that one is far and wide of the goal, and we'll have another goal kick as this ball gets thrown in, and obviously that one doesn't count because it's
there's one into the net, and then there's another into the net. They throw two balls in.
The officials even get credit for this one, and as we mentioned before, we will switch over to Husky volleyball after this one does conclude.
As we get ready.
Right now, the NSIC stream is where you can find Husky volleyball.
So you're going to go. We're going to go into a second overtime, I do believe.
Second overtime potentially, and see if the Huskies can do something.
No, is that
with
it? That is it. Okay, so they don't do a second overtime. Sweet.
Correction.
Or wait, do they? This is confusing.
To be determined. This might be.
This is odd because normally it should be two overtimes.
Well, we have the final countdown playing in the stadium, and we do have a final countdown here because there's less than 2 minutes coming.
So we're gonna get a second overtime here.
Second shot at glory here for the Huskies. We'll see if they can get their first victory of the season as they are 0-2-1, looking to cash in on their first victory in what's been a competitive second half game so far, and. We'll see if Arvidsson's squad can cash in and
put one into the back of the net here. Something needs to break here, or something needs to just end in a draw. Yeah, as we said though, Jake Bedell broadcasting currently on the NSIC stream, and then Earnhardt Jaworski is here behind us as well to take this Comrex away to his football game out at Tech High School. We're sorry, Earnhardt, that this game has gone on a little too long. But, hey, we can't control it. Good game so far. Going back over the scoring, Jenna Dominguez with a beautiful shot from outside the 18, finding the upper 90, made it 1-0. And then soon after, though, it was Kendra Park finding the back of the net, and then immediately after that, it was Hannah Richter. However, a couple minutes later, just 13 minutes after Jenna Dominguez got the scoring started, Nicole Freeze found her way into the back of the net, finding her first of the season. And just like that, it was 2-2 and 2-2. We would stay until this point, at which we are heading into extra time number 2. And neither team had, well, I can't say that. Neither team has played in overtime. Can't say that at all. Mary Marauders, their first game of the season, it was against Montana State. They fought them to a 1-1 draw.
And we'll see
back
what
at home.
See what the Huskies can do, as they've also been involved in a draw this season against, I believe
it was College of St. Ben's.
St. Ben's, yeah.
However, again, against the College of St. Ben's, it was just a friendly, so it doesn't count towards the record. It doesn't count towards anything, but it was a good opportunity to see the girls play here at Husky Stadium. Jake Bedell and I on that call. It was a late goal that tied that one up for St. Cloud State, and you're looking for a late one here, extremely late, as we get ready for Huskies to kick this ball off.
Well, Europe says it best. It's the final countdown, and here we are at the start of overtime number 2. 10 minutes. See what they can do with this one as Huskies will kick this one. They'll get this one started. Going the other way from right to left on your radio dial are the St. Cloud State Huskies as Dominguez takes it along the far side here for St. Cloud. Looking to cash in on a chance here. Bounce up front.
Big save by Waltman.
Waltman saving that one, looking for a chance. Looking for a rebound was St. Cloud. Nothing there as the defense comes up big for the Marauders. Looking to cash in potentially up front here, and another big save by Waltman as Waltman chucks this one to the far, or I should say the closer middle third of the field here as headbutting it there by St. Cloud back towards the other way.
Dedzewski.
You said it best. I didn't want to take a stab at it yet. I'm not quite there yet, but we'll work on it. University of Mary battling back here, getting physical.
And they're going to call that one. And that has to be something. That has to be a card.
Didn't quite see what happened there, but
that's that is Dakar again, and I am confused because on the stat sheet it says Dakar got that first yellow, but I do not think it was her. I believe it was Hannah Richter got that first yellow.
We'll have to check the stat sheet for that one after this.
Because if it is, that would be her second yellow, and that would be a sending off. But, goodness, because I can't think that the referee would screw that one up. That's an easy one to make. You write it down.
University of Mary really stumping the Claver camp here tonight.
It's either Dakar. Let's see. Yeah, that was against Dakar that time. So I guarantee you that first one was against Richter.
It very well could have been. Richter's played quite a physical game, and you got to think maybe the lack of chances, I guess, may be creeping into Richter's mindset here. As Richter was playing physical throughout the second half, and
it was Kendra Park with that first yellow.
Kendra Park, okay.
Kendra Park with that first yellow back in the 81st minute, and then Dakar getting a yellow in the 101st. So Kendra Park.
Freshman forward for University of Mary, getting the first caution
yellow
there, yeah. Mayrick kicking it over to another Mary player, but Huskies regain possession here. Dominguez close side of the field, centering the pass far side over to Carranza.
Alcott all over her.
Carranza taking it in stride, trying to work their way around the players here. And another save by Waltman up front as she walks out to snag that one from becoming any concern of the Marauders here, as St. Cloud has it right back right at mid-pitch. Regrouping, dropping it back, swinging it over to Morale again. I believe that's Day Morale on the far side.
Oh, beautiful block.
Close chance there by St. Cloud State.
I think Claire Shea was off.
Shea offsides. Common theme thus far tonight is
that's very much the theme is Claire Shea offsides.
Who wouldn't want to spring a soccer player that good, though? Claire Shea is phenomenal.
I understand that one completely. And
you want to get those close-in chances with some of your best players, and Shea is definitely one of them. This team is so well-rounded, so young, and so talented, working on their craft in the offseason. Put a lot of work into their craft this offseason, as we talked about earlier with Greta Arvidsson earlier today, and no lack of work ethic with this squad that she's.
Yeah, I plan on getting an interview with her this upcoming week before she takes off before she takes off next week for a game at Winona State and a game at Upper Iowa next weekend. I plan on sitting down with her,
St.
talking
Cloud
it
here.
through.
St. Cloud with a chance possibly for Dominguez, and just wide of the net there. Diving for it was Waltman, and
that one was just wide. That one was by inches.
Just missed it by a few inches of the goalpost, and definitely could have ended this one.
Well, I wouldn't have ended it. It's not golden goal. We'd have continued.
Correct.
But, yeah, this is all Huskies right now. They're trying to be a little too cute with it as the Huskies right down in the middle of right down Broadway, right in front of the net. They're being way too cute with the ball, trying to do a lot of passing plays. Just take a shot at this point. You might as well. If you're that close, just turn around and rip it. Don't even care if it gets blocked. If it gets blocked, it probably is going towards the net anyways.
Still 5 minutes left in this one, and you're right, that one would not have ended it if they would have scored, because still plenty of time left in this one. And University of Mary showing a lot of fight thus far, and I think Richter trying not to get too physical there is.
Oh my goodness, Dominguez.
Dominguez trying to put one in there, and
her
Waltman's
shots
just getting
are
a lot of
hard.
Well, Waltman's getting a lot of looks. You got to think Waltman's maybe getting a little tired out here. Not a lot of chances on the end of Evie Cohn this second overtime.
Yeah.
First overtime, there was plenty of chances for Cohn to make the stops, and she definitely did, as we had a lot of upright action in the second half and the first overtime for this matchup here. And still a beautiful day out here in St. Cloud as we
enter into the 107th minute.
Yep, got about 4 minutes left in this one as stoppage is called right now, and we'll see.
Yeah, Claire Shea just took out Guzman.
St. Cloud trying to come the other way here with possession, and University of Mary putting a stop real quick to that.
There's been some balls going off the hands here, but if the referee's not going to call it if your hand is down by your side like that, in a natural position, right down at the side, he's not going to call it. It's not completely against the rules. It's just sort of against the rules.
Dominguez here battling off a few blue shirts as we progress upfield. Kicking it down to, I believe that's Freeze. Just wide of.
Yeah, she was trying to find someone in the middle, either Claire Shea or.
I think she was trying to drop it down, feed someone to knock it in to at least give them a chance to win this one. And
yeah, Claire Shea unable to get to it, and Del Morale trying to get to it too, can't do it, and it's just a little too much on it, a little too far ahead for them, and we are still tied up 2-2.
Tripped up there was Husky player. I believe that might have been.
As Barjesta
there. And tripped up. No call from the official. Physical play there by, I believe that is.
Jadzuski. I got you. It's the name that you're scared of.
It's
the name that you are scared of.
I saw the number and I knew that name was coming, so I had to avoid that one. But Richter was right along there trying to play some physical ball there and a little bit of shoving as well, but that's kind of been the theme of this one. A lot of physical play between both teams as certain calls have been missed, but altogether it's been just an all-out soccer battle between these two clubs.
109th minute we are in, currently about to enter into the 110th. These girls are tired, but this game is still tied. We don't need a winner. We can still have a draw, but it may very well end up being that.
Minute and a half here, just under a minute and a half, and St. Cloud trying to chase it down, maybe make something happen in the corner here, and to no avail for them as it'll be a throw in, I believe.
Yep, but throwing way down in the corner. $109 minutes gone into the 110th. We have 1 minute left to go in this one. Still tied 2-2. Josh, this game is
it's something.
Yeah, it's something.
This is the compete level by both these teams has been phenomenal today. University of Mary with a little bit more aggressive physical edge to them, and St. Cloud just kind of playing textbook soccer, making their passes, making their defense work as well. That back line coming up big throughout the game today. About 20 seconds left in this one.
And once again, we won't be able to have a halftime show or post-game show. We're going to have to send it back to the music as quickly as possible and try getting it over to Jake Bedell as soon as possible as well.
Winding down the final seconds here. And that will
do it.
That will wrap it up for today here at Husky Stadium.
Josh, thoughts?
All-out competitive game. Back and forth. It was impressive effort from both teams. I think St. Cloud State definitely is there when it comes to the compete level. University of Mary definitely physical, definitely has the speed too. And I just think that this was a pretty evenly matchup game so far.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, I think that'll do it for us.
Yeah, it is time to say so long and farewell, and we are signing off, but stick around. We do have some Husky volleyball action coming your way here on Radio X.